Today, we're doing a review on OnlyOffice, but not just any old review. We're going to cover the nuts and bolts of what OnlyOffice is and how it can help you. I didn't just want to do a review. I wanted to make sure that their claims of Microsoft compatibility were actually valid. So I ran an experiment for 1 month at work to see if anybody would notice that I was using OnlyOffice and not Microsoft Office. I'll tell you how that went. Our friends at OnlyOffice reached out to us for a review, but that's not going to color what I think or what I tell you about the product. Let's talk about design. OnlyOffice has a very familiar design. The color scheme is very similar to Microsoft Office. The reason why, in my opinion, that you want to do a similar color scheme, when you're trying to convert people from the standard that everybody knows to your product, you have to make it more accessible to people. So if something that looks familiar, and it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but as long as it looks familiar, then you can get people to be converted. So that's why the document is blue and the sheets is green and the presentations is red, right? Because it's similar to Microsoft Office, which I think is key. Also, what you'll see, which a lot of Office suites are going to, is the ribbon. The ribbon is some people love the ribbon, some people hate the ribbon. I'm one of those people that are in between with the ribbon. I can have it, I can't have it. It really doesn't matter. But I can appreciate how everything is right there and big because I'm getting older. And having big buttons and big letters helps me out so much. What I like about OnlyOffice is I don't have to go outside of the program to get to another app. So for example, let's say I have a document up and I want to go to the presentation part of OnlyOffice. In other Office suites, you have to go to the start button and go to the app, and that adds more steps than I like. What I like about this is if I click on the OnlyOffice button, this right there, bam, I can bring up presentations or I can bring up the spreadsheet app, whichever one I need without having to go outside the app. It's those little things that cut down on your workflow that makes things faster and easier is what I really, really like about OnlyOffice. Let's say in spreadsheets, you have all your familiar things like all your most used formulas and all those really niche formulas that a lot of people don't use often, but the people that use them a whole lot. All that's there. And then what I also like is that it is really compatible with Microsoft Office. I'll tell you my favorite thing to do. I'll go to some PowerPoint presentation template site, download a free template, or I'll even go to the Office website and download a free template, open it up in the presentations app, and I can use any template I want for PowerPoint in presentations. One thing about how it functions irritates me a little bit, but I see why they did it. So let's say if I go to a website and I want to copy the text from that website. What it'll do, you highlight, copy. When you paste it, it comes in the format that it was on the website, which is fine and good. But if you wanted just to have it just text only and not keep the format, you have to go to the bottom and click on that and then do the text. It adds an extra step that I don't like, right? I want to have the option just, in the future, if I click on it to paste it, I can have the option right there under the paste button, like a lot of other Office suites have. And that's one thing that threw my workflow off. You hear the dogs, my neighbor's dogs, I like to have the option of whenever I click paste is having either keeping the original formatting or make it text only. I just don't like that extra step. Another feature I like about OnlyOffice is its encryption and signature function. What does that mean? Why is that important? Way back early in my career, I worked for a company where they love to email information between the company and the insurance people, right? But what they did was they would take people's social security numbers and emails and addresses, home addresses, and just send them in a Word document to them with no encryption, nowhere. So they were sending people's sensitive information over the web without having any protection. So what the encryption part of OnlyOffice allows us to do is to give us some type of protection that we're not sending just a plain text. Plain text means no security through an open internet where anybody can intercept the information and get people's sensitive information. We can't have people's information out there, and it was our fault that it got leaked. So what you could do is put a password on the document. You go to protection, go to encrypt, put the password on there, and now you have a password for your document. So what kind of encryption do you have? You have what's called AES 256-bit encryption. What does that mean? AES stands for Advanced Encryption Standard. What it does is takes your document and encrypts it, right? And you have all these possible key combinations. So 1 bit, you can have up to 2 possible key combinations. 2 bits, 4, and it keeps getting exponentially bigger till you get to 256. And I believe the number is, the possible key combinations for 256-bit is 1.1 times 10 to the 77 power. That is a huge number. It would take an average computer a long, we're talking like hundreds and hundreds of years to break something like that. So as much as we can do to protect people's information, do that. So also it has a feature for signatures, right? You can do digital. Digital is becoming the standard. So whoever digitally signed this, we can have a paper trail who signed it. If it's something like a regular signature, you can't really verify that. People are really good and can forge people's signature, right? OnlyOffice has an app and it has the documents, spreadsheets, and presentations on there to go. It becomes really convenient whenever you need to jot something down real quick and you need something a little more robust than your notes app, some quick spreadsheet functions, or to open up a spreadsheet function and make some corrections. It's really good for all those office related things that you have on the go, where you don't have a computer right next to you, but you can need to do something really quick and fast. For those real quick, fast things that you need to do, it is perfect for that. So let's get to the experiment. I work for a municipality that has a lot of people who are seasoned, who don't like changes, and anything that's out of the ordinary, they will complain about it. OnlyOffice claims to be Microsoft compatible. So if anybody's going to be a great judge, it's going to be a bunch of seasoned veterans who don't like changes are going to tell me if anything I do for them is going to be different, right? So anything that was Word document related, instead of doing it in the Microsoft Office suite that's provided by my employer, I did everything in OnlyOffice. That's from helping people with their Excel sheets, from helping people do presentations to take off to do and go to conferences or give presentations to citizens. Any other Word documents came in, I did it exclusively in OnlyOffice. Nobody was able to tell the difference. And anything they sent to me, I was able to open it up, make changes, help them out, send it right back to them. So you had a bunch of these hard-nosed, seasoned veterans that didn't like change, that couldn't tell that I wasn't using Microsoft Office, something that they're used to. My wife also is a person who likes things a certain way. And when she started school, they were using Microsoft Online. She didn't like the way it functioned. She liked to have something on a desktop, but she was able to pick this up and not have any problem navigating through the menus, going through the ribbon, make sure everything that was there that she liked or she used on a day-to-day basis. So as far as Microsoft compatibility, I saw no issues during my whole experiment on doing my job. I saw no issues with people opening my work. My experiment went off with a hitch. I told my boss. She didn't have a problem with it, luckily that. So who would OnlyOffice be for? I could think of 3 groups of people that OnlyOffice is for. The first group of people are people who have Microsoft Office in their workplace, but don't want it on their home computer, right? They don't want to shell out that extra money for the basics, but also needs it to be compatible with Microsoft Office so they can have a seamless workflow between work and home. The second one I can think of is people who don't have great internet. Either they don't have internet or they don't have good internet. So you don't have to be online like some office suites. So you have a fully functional office suite on your computer and you don't have to worry about the internet. And the third one is somebody who still needs the functions of Microsoft Office but don't want to be in the Microsoft ecosystem. Have you ever used OnlyOffice? If you have, what did you like about it? Let me know in the comment section below. That's it. Thanks for joining me. If you like this type of video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this type of video, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why you didn't like this type of video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.